Dear friends, as requested by some guys, I like to do this machine on the Vulnhub again, completely. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can go inside the Kali Linux. First of all, maybe I can make the font to be bigger so you can see what's going on. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use is net discover. Of course, we need to use sudo to run this command. Let's press enter. As you can see over here, the IP address of a target has been identified as 254. So next we need to do the port scanning with a map. To save time, I've already done that earlier. So for now, we just get out the result of a map scanning. As you can see over here, I use the UI options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p dash to do the comprehensive scan. And then the uppercase PN not to do the live testing because we know the target is alive already. And followed by the ON to output the result into this file. From a map scanning, the 4 open ports. However, just 2 of them needs to pay attention. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service. And the version number, although this version is a bit low or bit outdated. However, we cannot find any workable vulnerabilities except the username enumeration vulnerability. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information, which is Apache 2. So what we are going to do next, we need to do enumeration with HTTP service both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. As you can see, we got a very beautiful site back. And we can scroll down, nothing special. Yeah, I think these static pages, and although there's several links, however, they're not active at all. All right. And as always, we need to check the source code of this page, which doesn't reveal anything important in this case. Next, we can check whether this site has robots file, not found. Next, we can use the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. Just I mentioned over and over, we need to follow the standard methodology or your own methodology. Otherwise, you will miss very important information or things. Okay? Yeah, Nicto identify some files. Yeah, the CSS image. I think in most cases, such directories cannot contain anything important. And this one, I think it deserves to access, not this one, icons. Similarly, we do not need to get to look at it. So in this one, I need to review this file by the Q. Yeah, I'd like to autocomplete this command. Here we got some information. I think this has something to do with the bootstrap. Bootstrap itself cannot lead us to the furthermore exploitation or can give us anything else in terms of the valuable information. Next, we can check this one, the JSON. Package. Also related to the bootstrap. So nothing interesting here. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. GoBuster dir followed by dir command, because GoBuster can support other types of enumeration. But for me, I use dir most, and we can specify the IP address of a target, and then maybe I can autocomplete this command. The vendor JavaScript license. The Joomla, okay, very wonderful. Joomla, as we know, this is a very famous CMS, content management system. I've already done similar machines with the Joomla CMS. So for now, we can access this directory. Joomla. All right, it's loaded up, and here, teams. Maybe this is the username, right? Team. Maybe we can note down such information. Possibly team. And hello, blah blah blah. And here also we can try to log in. For example, admin login. Although, you know, because I've already done several Joomla machines, so I know that the Joomla administrator panel or portal should be administrator. Okay, let me show you. Press enter. Yeah, this is the Joomla administrator panel. Of course, if you don't know about this point, we can make deeper directory enumeration. We can put the Joomla at the end of the URL. Joomla. Let's press enter. As you can see, like bin includes readme, libraries, administrator. Of course, many of them belong to the default installation of Joomla. In many cases, such files or directories cannot help us very much in the light of the exploitation, okay, or possible vector to exploit. So I'd like to quit from the GoBuster. And also we know, normally the Joomla doesn't have SQL injection vulnerability. So we cannot, of course, it deserves our effort to try some weak credentials. Not found. And also we can use like admin 1 equal 1 dash and password login. So, not working. So what can we do next? Maybe it's time to crack the password for this panel or form. As we know, this is a form. If you don't know about this, we can check the source code of this page. And we can scroll down. Yeah, this is the control group and the input, right? The password. And there's several ways to crack post form. I used the hydra most, which is the preferable way for me. So how to do? We can open up the inspect by right clicking the mouse, and we can input anything, for example, like admin and password and login. And we can go to the network tab. Yeah, the first request, the method is post. And then we can, we can got some information like login page and also the request payload. We can copy the entire payload and we can paste in my notebook. We need to select all, maybe it will be better. Paste in here. very weird. We can copy the entire payload. Should be here. All right. So now we can open up the terminal. We can use Hydra. As we know, the username for the administrator should be admin. And if you don't know about this, you can use Google to make some research. And we can specify the password dictionary. Sorry, before we go ahead. Of course, we can use locku as word list to crack. To save time or speed up this process, I'd like to create our own word list or custom word list. We can use Q and we can specify the depths. What we want to retrieve. For example, the 2, and I'd like to autocomplete this command. And we can check how many words in this file or dictionary. Not much. So this would be faster. So then we can use Hydra with normal L to specify the username. If you don't know how to use Hydra, you can go to the website, for example, the Google, to make some research. Hydra. And the first one, I think, can help us. Maybe I can add the link as well into the description section below. Okay. So almost near here, as you can see. Because I used the Hydra so many times. So we can use the uppercase P to specify the dictionary of the password and followed by the IP address of the target. And also we can use the option of F, which stands for, if the Hydra found the password, then will not continue. Just exit the program. And then followed by the method. This case should be post. And followed by the login page. And you can see the header. This should be the page, login page we can put. This should be the first part. And then we need to put the entire payload, the request payload. I've already copied this payload. So for now, we just copy the entire payload. And then we need to specify the error message when we submit incorrect password. This case should be like this one. Okay, so we can copy and put it in here. No problem. We can press enter. Oh, we need to put placer. I forgot to do this. We can put the placer, user, and then the admin. When Hydra start to crack, the admin will replace this placer. Okay, similarly for the password field. And the pass. So now we can press enter. As you can see, very quick, we got the password. However, this is a false result. If you want, you can try it. So I think Hydra is not very stable. Will give us wrong result. So we need to find, alternative way to do this cracking. Next, I'd like to use the Burpsuite. The Burpsuite is also powerful when we try to crack post form. And we can open up the browser. Maybe I can close up the developer tool, and we can set the proxy to Burpsuite. And then we can launch our Burpsuite. Next, start Burpsuite. So this video will be going on a bit long time because I want to demonstrate the entire process. And we can go to the proxy. We can set the intercept option to be on. And now we can go back and then we can put some random information, which doesn't matter. And now, as you can see, Burpsuite intercepts this request. And then we can send to intruder. And as you can see here, and first of all, we need to clear all variables because this field is any field we want to crack. And then we can add the dollar at the end. Okay, so the payload option, we do not need to change. Yes, sniper, the attack type, normally we do not need to change at all. Then we need to go to the payloads tab. We need to load the dictionary. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one is smaller. If you use LockQ, I think it's not reasonable to use Burpsuite with LockQ word list because so big. Okay, so now we can start attack. As you can see, because my Burpsuite is community edition, so the speed is not so good. Although it's acceptable to me, for me. As you can see, the intruder module is trying to use any word in the dictionary to log in. Normally we can get or locate the correct payload by comparing the length for them from the small to the larger or vice versa. We can check the response. As you can see, we got some error, contained an invalid security token. So this case, Burpsuite cannot handle this web application. Although, yeah, the correct password is there. However, the Burpsuite failed to crack it. So how to do? I don't want to wait anymore, any longer. We can close down and discard. Close up the Burpsuite. We can turn off the proxy. Okay, sorry, I need to log out. Yeah, this one. So how to do? Maybe we can use Python to automate the process of password cracking. As you can see, I write this code. This will not take a long time at all. And the module I'd like to use, maybe I can make the window to be larger. As you can see, I use the module selenium. This module is a third-party module. In order to use, you need to install. Of course, the installation itself will be very easy. You just use the pip install and followed by the name selenium. And this module selenium can simulate the human being or browser to, for example, to download the web page, and then we can submit something to the target. Okay, so this one is very important library or module for the automation, for the hacking. Yeah, this can have many scenarios. In this case, we want to use this module to automate the process of password cracking. As you can see, firstly, I defined the method or function check. And you can see here, we'll create the object of the WebDriver, and we need to use Firefox. Of course, WebDriver also can support the Firefox and also the IE. For me, I'd like to use Firefox. If you have trouble to configure the Selenium, please let me know in the comment below. I will try to help you to sort it out. Okay, and the driver, yeah, looks you just works like the browser, and will send the request. And this request, the method is get, and we can pass the parameter of a URL, what we want to retrieve. And then I, sleep 1 second before we try to locate specific elements. If you open up this one, after we download, as browser, we in the address bar we press enter, we got the page. Next, we need to input something, for example, like a username and password. Now we want Selenium to do that automatically. So how to do? We can go back to here. Yeah, we need to, first of all, we need to find the element. This case should be this element, this one. And you can, maybe we need to open up the browser developer 2 again. You can use this one to error to locate this element. As you can see, this is the input, and also the CSS is ID type. So we can use this method, the find element by ID. We have already imported this method or this class, I'm not sure. And the value, this is the ID. Similarly, the password, we can find the password element or field by ID, and we can put the value of this ID name. And also the button, we need to submit when we input, when Selenium input information into the username field and also password field, we need to let it to submit to the target. So how to do? Similarly, of course, you can use error to locate again this element. This case is not like username and password field, no ID. So we can use class name instead, and we need to copy all classes. Okay, and we can go back. As you can see here, we need to use the dot to tell the program, yeah, this is the class. And then we can find this button and run the click method. And then by clicking, we can submit all data like a username and password. And then we can get the, the response. And the response, the text or source code should be this attribute of the driver object. And we can, here we can do some conditional. The if no such strings inside the source code, it means that this code or this program has already found correct password, and then we can print out the correct password and exit the program. Okay, we have already defined and of course we need to close the driver, and then we need to do all actions for each word. First of all, of course, we need to open up the file or dictionary, and the F is the handler of this file, and we can loop through all lines, and then we can pass the word into the method what we have just defined. Okay, so now we can run this Python script. As you can see, automatically open up the browser and input username and password. Python is so great. And also selenium module is great also. The Python can, automate many different tasks for us. So it would be very useful for the pen testing. So for now, we just wait a bit a long time to see whether we can crack the password for the HTTP post form. If we can get the password or credentials for the Joomla CMS, and the next, will be, it will be very familiar for me. How to, get the initial foothold through the Joomla. Very similar to WordPress. So the Python code is the most important point for this video I'd like to share with you. We need to utilize Python to our advantages. And another point I'd like to raise for you is that the utilities cannot work all the time. Sometimes we need to find its alternatives. Normally, I think at least two options to crack online applications like SSH, like HTTP, and something else. The first one would be Hydra. I like it the most, and also Medusa. And if the target is running web application, also we can use Burpsuite intruder module to make cracking. Maybe need 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure. I hope you can enjoy my video. Yeah, this video. Anyway, I don't want to interrupt the video. After we can get the credentials, and then we can use such credential to log into the Joomla. And then we need to find the location where we can upload PHP reverse shell file. This process would be very similar to the WordPress application. Go to the template section, and in the WordPress, we can replace the 404 PHP code by our PHP. Yeah, as you can see, I think it's found. I mean, the correct password has been found. Okay, the travel. We can note down this password to our notebook. I think we have already logged in to the, maybe I can close it down. And now we can close up the developer 2 admin and travel. Okay, would you like your permission to connect some basic statistics? Okay, just I said we need to go to the templates section and go to the second layer of the templates, and we can use this one, BZ3, and go to the index. We can remove the entire code of the index PHP file. Yeah, a bit larger file. All right. Then we can go back to the terminal. I've already got the PHP reverse shell file ready. So for now, we can copy this entire code of the reverse shell file. Okay, copy selection, and we can put in here, and then we can press or click save. And then we need to set up the listener by netcat password for the Kali Linux, and then we can click template preview. And as you can see, we have already got the reverse shell successfully, and we can spawn the bash session by importing pty module and its spawn method. And next, we need to do some local emulation to make lateral movement. We can go to the team home directory. Yeah, nothing there. And then we can, we need to make, also we can check the kernel, not a very new one. However, in this video, I don't want to utilize the local exploits. Next, we can make some more visits across the machine. Oh, OPT, under the OPT directory, there is scripts directory and file shell. We can get out this Python script. Here we got another password. So maybe we can try, password is possibly reused by other guys or other scenarios. This case would be system. So we can switch our shell to team. Team, and the password, we can copy the password. It's done. So what do we have to do next? We need to elevate a privileged root user. How? The first, we need to check whether the current user, not like www data. Not in most cases, www data is not, suit user or doesn't belong sudo group. For the normal user, we need to check this aspect first. So we can use sudo l, and the password, we can paste the password again. Here we can run all commands without supplying the password of root user. So escalation would be so easy. We can sudo followed by the bash. As you can see, we have already successfully switched our shell to the root user. And then we can go to the root directory, and then we can cut out the root flag without any problem. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you